I hate to break open the fact that how intelligent or competent you are at your job does not get you the desired promotion most of the time. Over a decade ago, when I was a regional director of a US-based multinational company with me based in India, I was happy that I secured that role based on my own merit with my excellent performance in the previous year. Customers loved my work and appreciated my company for the success of my projects. Due to the excellent work that I had done as a director, India region became a profit center as well. As a result, it was time for the US concern to start its physical regional office in India. Since I was based in Bangalore city, I was hoping the US leadership would obviously let me drive this particular initiative and get the physical office situated in Bangalore. I also assumed they would obviously let me head it as I was the only regional director for India and my performance was phenomenal. Driving this would help me grow higher in the career eventually. That was my career interest. But little did I know then of the fact that one of the founders of the company had an affinity to one of the other persons who was her classmate in school, one who was looking for a job position in India at that time apparently. The founder hired this particular gentleman who was based in another city in India, and I was completely oblivious to what had happened. Immediately after his hire, they let him set up the regional office in his city and he was made in charge of driving the India practice forward as well. With no proven track record or performance history in this particular company, the only criteria with which this position was hijacked by this gentleman was his kinship with one of the leadership personnel. I tried expressing my opinions and case to my management, but in vain. Despite my repeated discussions with them, their decisions remained subtly firm. Eventually, I felt dejected and upset about the unfairness of the decisions back then. Being demotivated, I took up a position in Dubai and moved on with my career since my value was apparently recognized better there, is what I felt. You may have witnessed not only incompetent or unqualified people, but folks who display grandiosity, entitlement, and superiority, or sometimes even toxic people repeatedly get promoted, haven't you? There are specific reasons why this happens, and I will explain step by step why this happens and what you should do. For now, looking back at my own story with the US firm, after all these years, it teaches us three major things about promotions and upgrades in career though. Firstly, promotions or upgrade in our job position is never directly related to our performance or brilliance. Having said that, the value that we deliver to the market, however, definitely plays a big role in the overall career growth of ours, not necessarily within the same company. Second thing that we learned here is we need to assess which end of the trust-fear spectrum the organizational leadership is in the company that you work for. Consider it like a speedometer dial which has fear at one end and the trust on the other end. The company's culture lies somewhere in this spectrum. In any given company, know this, trust and fear cannot coexist in leadership. Take for instance, in an organization, if fearful people dare not question the company line are consistently being promoted to management roles, that tells you that your leadership team is incapable of trusting itself to promote more self-confident people. You see, like attracts like, is it not? Having assessed this clearly, you need to focus all your interpersonal relationships, the efforts and your results in that particular direction which is most favorable for you, leading to getting promoted by your leadership in your specific corporate culture. The third learning that we get is we need to be good at our political skills in order to get promoted. Now, let's look at these in a little closer detail so that you can clearly understand it. Firstly, why does the value delivered by us play such a significant role in our promotion and income level? You see, there are 4 levels of value as perceived in the marketplace. The more value that you generate, the more higher up the corporate ladder you will exist in, and you make that much more income to yourself. When I say value, I mean the wealth creation due to the services that you render as perceived by the economic marketplace. In other words, the impact of your work to the economic marketplace is actually whatever value you deliver. First level of value is the implementation level. This is the lowest level of value and you are an individual contributor being at this level. You could be a line operator in a plant, a software programmer, a checkout operator at a store, or even a data scientist per se. Irrespective of any of these jobs or any other jobs of the same nature, if you are trading your time and individual effort in exchange for monetary compensation, then you are an implementer. You work on a specific activity or task and you may be very good at it and you might have excellent technical knowledge and expertise in it. We definitely need these people because that's how things get done in the world. But your freedom to make decision is scoped only within your specific activity being at this level. For example, what kind of a small talk do you do with the customer as a checkout operator? Or which particular sample do you pick for quality inspection on the production line? Which programming function do you choose for the line of code that you are writing? Or which feature do you extract first for a data analysis in ML model training? How big are these choices? This is the level of freedom that you get to make decisions at, being at the implementation level, by the way. Being at this level, your income will be the lowest among the 4 levels, and your income would be capped in linear proportion of the time spent at work relating to your niche. In other words, since time is a limited factor, your income is proportional to your time and effort investment that you put in. You get the least visibility, least acknowledgement, and the least recognition from your senior management since your job is making very minimal impact considered in isolation, is it not? The problem, however, here is that most people get stuck here as they reach their comfort zones there. The second level of value is called unification. Some implementers move into unification level via promotion. If your task at work is not primarily as an individual contributor, but you manage individuals who contribute as implementers, then you are unifying the hands-on and managerial experiences in your role. You are now not the primary implementer, but you manage the 3 Ps: the people, process, and projects, sometimes even policies. And you ensure your team adheres to specific KPIs set by your top management. This is considered a higher level of value in comparison to implementation level. Usually you would hold a manager designation also at this level. However, most people being at this level develop imposter syndrome, the feeling of I'm not good enough. Have you ever in your mid-career level felt that you needed to go to school and get a degree so that you can get promoted further or get more salary? As you know, higher education is not cheap, and we all should agree with it. Have you ever got into debt by going for higher studies at this position in your career? Or have you ever worked extra hours just to prove your worth to become that promotion deserving employee in the eye of your manager? How did you like sacrificing your work-life harmony doing so? Do you really think it was worth it? You see, the reason you do all this is because your mind state is still in the implementation level while you are titled at the unification level. You either burn out or you feel unappreciated since your visibility and recognition is still not up to the mark, no matter the number of degrees or the hours of work that you put in. At this level, the impact of your work is still not significant enough from an organizational perspective to make a huge impact. Your freedom is limited to decisions making with approval from your boss only. So although you make a little bit higher income, your income is still capped. The third level of value is called communication. You may be an actor, a public speaker, an influencer, a digital marketer, a coach, and so on. Communication is the key here. Your value is about effectively communicating not just between people but between hearts. Individuals without good technical knowledge, without good qualification, but who can speak well and articulate very well, create followers, and they are valued very high in the economic marketplace. A single public appearance of a celebrity in an event earns them more fortune than what a mid-manager earns all year long. Logically, it does not seem fair. But economics, my friend, is all about demand and supply. The impact only happens when you cater to what is in demand. The good communicators can make people feel something and bring about transformation in a lot of them. There is a higher impact and hence higher level of value is created. Such people enjoy higher level of freedom and their income is proportionally higher as well. They still need to confine themselves within the social and regulatory norms and public reactions also. They are still trading their skills for money, but they also have passive revenue streams such as royalty and so on. So what's then the highest level of value? The fourth level, that is of the imagination. People who are founders of large corporations and people who control the marketplace, let's say stock market or the inventors and so on, the money people. These are the people who use their mind to make money. They make theirs and other people's money work for them rather than they going and working for the money. Elon Musk can imagine going to Mars and make a human settlement and still make billions sitting on Earth. Do you see what I mean? There is no ceiling on how much money these people can make at this level since they are not trading their time for money here at all. Now I guess you understand why you are in the career level that you are currently in. So, how do you go up the ladder by getting promoted? What should you do then? For this, there are three things that you need to do. Firstly, as I talked about the fear trust spectrum, the evaluation of corporate culture is a key that you need to look into. Based on it, make a call whether you can accommodate and provide the results that your leadership really value instead of creating a big impact for the company overall which nobody is eyeballing. For example, let's say your top leadership may value top line growth more than their profitability growth, maybe because they are trying to increase their corporate valuation for getting venture funding at some point in time. You cutting down costs and showing them better margins, although great, may not be of great value demonstration to those leaders at that particular point in time. Rather, more volume sales may be what you need to focus on instead at that particular time. You need to assess what the leaders value in the corporate culture at any given time and cater to that specific demand in order to get promoted. Secondly, you need to work on your political skill to get promoted. What do I mean by that? You need to network strategically. Find your sponsors in the organization who are powerful to influence your promotions. Increase your visibility by organizing lunch and learn events voluntarily, or maybe participate in activities beyond your job roles and contribute. More importantly, speak about your accomplishments openly when it matters, because if you don't, someone else will do and they get promoted. Also, ensure you don't let somebody else take credit for what you have done. There are subtle ways to manage this situation which I will showcase in one of my future videos. Finally, you need to have clearly defined goal and execute it to perfection. Get out of the imposter syndrome by overcoming your mental programming. Don't blame others for your failure ever. Learn to take responsibility for your actions. For all the time that you work out, get yourself the right mentor, please. Now, I want you to write your experience in getting promoted as a comment below so that we can all learn from each other. No experience is a bad experience, believe me. Even if you have been able to rise up to the corp ladder top, please do mention how you did it. I am very happy to see how you did it. If you need any professional help to achieving success in your leadership journey, please feel free to enroll to my leadership coaching at the Elevated Leaders Club by clicking on the link in the description below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more such insightful videos. I hope you got a great value today. Have a nice day. Thank you.